can West Indies expect at the base reserve, and how do they adapt themselves to combat what New Zealand would throw at them?
Look, I guess in terms of the conditions, they're going to be quite similar, I guess, to Hamilton. Basin reserves always offered some assistance early on. It'll be interesting to see what happens in terms of the toss. I mean, look, New Zealand's got a great score on the board after being inserted into a Greene top. I think for the West Indies perspective, they'll learn from this experience. And I think not only bowlers will learn from this experience, but their batsmen as well. I think I said earlier, the tour matches were played on completely different conditions, flatter batting wickets, and I don't think that helped the West Indies cause at all. I think, look, they hopefully will take some confidence out of Jermaine Blackwood and Alzarri Joseph's partnership. That was fantastic, and I think all of us New Zealand fans were actually hoping Alzarri Joseph was going to go on and get his maiden Test century, because it was a fantastic innings, and Jermaine Blackwood as well entertained the crowd with some great attacking batting. So I think from a West Indies perspective, they're going to take in some confidence into this. They know what to expect in New Zealand seaming conditions. They've got some batsmen now, have got some time under their belt against good quality bowling. I think for the West Indies, probably the top of the order at the moment is still a little bit of an issue. Obviously John Campbell going out early in both innings. Darren Bravo is obviously the key, the best batsman in the lineup. Seemed like he was hampered from his little Achilles injury that he was suffering in the Test match. I'd expect him to bounce back with a big batting performance, because he is a class batsman. We all know that his record away from home is superior to his record at home. He's a fantastic batsman, great to watch, and for me, he's obviously the key batsman. But I think the West Indies will take some confidence. I think there's just a few little things that they need to do. BJ Watling is reported to be coming back into the team. I think, again, that kind of strengthens up our batting. I think from our perspective, New Zealand perspective, Blundell will go back to the top of the order with BJ Watling into his favoured, number 6, number 7 position. So it kind of doesn't get any easier, I guess, in that respect for the West Indies. Another, world-class batsman getting in there. But I think the West Indies, to be honest, I think they'll take a lot out of it. I think especially the bowlers. Kemar Roach is going to be a massive loss for the West Indies, but some hearing around the traps, Kemo Paul, who's a young, exciting all-rounder, is in the mix to come in. You've got Chamar Holder, who's an exciting fast bowler who might come in for Roach as well. So there's some exciting prospects for the West Indies to come into the lineup to replace Kemar Roach, who was their best bowler, I thought, in the first Test match, along with obviously Shannon Gabriel. So from a West Indies perspective, Jason Holder and Alzarri Joseph are going to have to step up with the ball this time around, I think. And as Jason Holder said in the press conference, they knew that they bowled a little bit too short. And if they can rectify that, they can put this Black Caps top order under more pressure. I'm looking forward to seeing Joshua Da Silva. I saw a little bit of him playing in the CPL last season. He looks a really good, solid prospect. A guy, he's 22 years old, and he's got a great technique and a lot of talent. Hasn't had a great tour so far for West Indies, but it's a time for him to kind of show his talent on the world stage. So, I like to see him get a go. There's also talk about Nicholas Pooran taking over the keeping gloves as well. We know how much of a talented player he is in the short format, limited first-class experience. But I think from a West Indies perspective, it'd be great to see some of these young guys shine on the international stage.